Welcome back, everybody. We are out here getting sunburnt, and we're going to talk about Greek people today. You've never been to Greece, you want to know what the people are like, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. I find Greek people to be fascinating, and they aren't what I thought, but it's not particular to Greek people. But I think it's because they are Greek that I find it kind of special in them, or just the situation that this country has always been in, and the fact that their culture is the progenitor of Western civilization. Greek people are Greek, right? It doesn't matter if they're ashamed of their government. It doesn't matter if they're proud of their government. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. They're Greek, and they're proud of it, right? When I walk around this city, I see Greek flags everywhere. I mean, on the holiday day, you see them everywhere. But when it's not a holiday, just an average day, you just see Greek flags flying from people's balconies constantly, right? When I was a kid in America, we used to see that a lot, but not so much anymore. And I find it fascinating because, over centuries, over millennia, Greece has been conquered, has been occupied, it's been subjugated, its people have been displaced. But still, all these years later, they have their own country, they have their own sovereignty, and the Greek people carry on. So it's a kind of patriotism, it's a kind of nationalism that I identify with as an American patriot. I love my country, right? I'm an American, and it means something to be an American, just like it means something to be Greek. And the general knowledge that most Greek people have about their country and their culture is really amazing and a testament to who they are, because I feel like I want to be around people who are proud of themselves. I want to be around people who are proud of what their ancestors built. And that's Greece. I'm a ginger, I need shade. So, I'll have long conversations over dinner with some people. One of my friends, George, right? And his knowledge of military history of the region is amazing. It's like watching a YouTube video when you're talking to him. I mean, he's a welder, right? But his knowledge of the history, his pride when he talks about it, the passion when he talks about it, it means something to him. And I respect that, and I admire that. In America, that's a quality that we have, but usually it's only reserved for veterans. I feel like maybe people who are a little bit more conservative. I really try not to get into politics in this channel, and that's not something that I'm going to do, even though one of my videos was used by a Greek politician. And I do have a lot to say about that, but it's not my place to get into the political discourse of a foreign nation. That's not my place, right? I'm all about observing, right? This is what I do. My videos, they're observations, right? I'm not a propagandist. I'm not a psyop. I am an advocate. I'm an advocate for people to be proud of their countries, to be proud of who they are, right? I'm an advocate for people to come here and visit because I think it's an amazing place, and I think the people are amazing. I don't know anything about the government here, right? I assume they're horrible. I assume they're horrible because as an American, it's an inherent quality in us to really dislike government, to not trust government. So I assume that you guys don't trust your government as well. So all I have a lot to say about it. I'm not really going to say anything about it, except no, I'm not a psyop. No, I wasn't paid. But if you did want to pay me to make videos about how I like Greece, you can pay me in euros, maybe a couple Fredo cappuccinos. It's not going to take much. I enjoy this. It's a hobby of mine, And I know these days that civic pride, national pride, pride in identity is, these are very touchy subjects and not something that this channel really dives into. But I am okay talking about the people because I've had a chance to meet a lot of Greek people. Even some that I've met and talked to, they call themselves anarchists. They're still proud of being Greek. Their problem is usually with the ruling class, but they're proud of being Greek. And I wish we had more of that in America. Because Greek people, they don't seem to have a problem with other Greek people, just their government. In America, for some reason, it's not like that anymore. Our people hate each other. And maybe it's because our country is so big, and maybe it's because we've had so many different cultures mixed together at this point that we've lost a sense of common identity that Greek people have. But when I'm around it, and when I experience it in conversation, I have to say that I do admire it. It is something that really kind of rings true in my heart. And I think it's pretty cool, honestly. Like when you talk to Greek people about Greece, they could talk about, how shitty things are. They might blow things up about like how bad infrastructure is, how bad the economy is, but they'll never complain about being Greek. So at least in my humble experience, they never complain about it. And I admire that. I'll complain all day about America. Absolutely all day I'll complain about America. But I'm not going to complain about being an American. My family's put too much into it. They've been there since the early 1600s. And that sense of pride that I have, I can't imagine if that stretched back thousands of years. So come to Greece, talk to people. Greece is so much more than just temples and beaches and affordable vacations, right? It's an amazing culture. And I think Greeks lose that sometimes as well, just how special they are, right? But maybe that's all of us. Maybe we all get so mired in the mistakes of our cultures or where we're at now in our politics that we forget what made us great. As each country, each people, they have this kind of greatness. They have a narrative, a story, a legacy that's handed down to them. And usually the cost, to form that legacy, it was quite expensive. And I think maybe we all need to appreciate that a little bit more. Because I'll never stop being a patriot. I think, I live in Greece. I'm an American. I'll never be Greek. I'll never be Greek. And I don't want to be Greek. It's not because I look down on them, right? They're their own people. If you come here from the UK, and you want to be Greek, I'm sorry, you're never going to be Greek. You're going to be British. And I think that there's a lot of pride that you can take on being that. English, Scottish, Irish, Welsh especially. Same thing, Australia, you have your own story, and there's great parts to that. I think when you talk to Greek people and you really feel their patriotism, I think it might actually bring it out of you a little bit, because I feel myself being a bit more American being out here, and it's an interesting feeling. But anyway, that's all I've got for today, and have a conversation. Don't just come to a place and just be alone. Maybe I'll talk about that in another video, kind of the loneliness of travel, loneliness of being an expat, and why it's not necessary. So thanks for stopping by, thanks for listening, like and subscribe, all that, and I'll talk to you later.